Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing really well. We're gonna talk bathrooms. Tomorrow, which is the 29th of March, is the day that our bathroom renovation finally kicks off. And I could not be more buzzing. That's when you know you're getting to OAP status. Maybe if you're new around these parts, or maybe if you just need a little bit of a refresher, have you really been listening? There will be a test at the end of this. I live in this house right here alongside my boyfriend Adam. We've been living in here for coming up to like 18 months now, I guess. And while we've done quite a lot of like painting and decorating and freshening up and putting our own kind of stamp on the place, tomorrow is the first day to kick off what I would consider to be like the first really big job. And if you haven't watched my vlogs before, if you're not kind of like familiar with the house that we're living in, our bathroom is actually downstairs, which is pretty common for the type of house that we live in London. It's very old, it's about 100 years old, this house, and it's just a pretty common thing for the bathroom to be downstairs. And it is also our only bathroom in this house, which I guess is probably kind of a key feature that is going on here, because gonna make things interesting. And the job that we're doing is a complete overhaul of the bathroom, so we are ripping out everything. There is not a scrap being left over from this one that we currently have, because I'll be honest, it's pretty grotty. So we are very excited to get stuck in. Obviously the job hasn't started yet, so it still feels very exciting and very cool and like a big grown-up adventure for us. I feel like that novelty will wear off the minute that I have to ask workmen that if I can go for a wee, please. It might not be the most kind of dramatic, incredible renovation you've ever seen, but it's a really realistic one for the type of thing that we were able to do with our kind of house. We're just hoping to add a lot more style into it, a lot more of ourselves into it, and give it a bit more personality. So I have chatted about this a little bit on here before, but in terms of designing this bathroom, I've spent basically the last probably 5 months or so putting this plan together for this bathroom, and the result that we're finally going for tomorrow, let me tell you, is very different from what I had in mind to begin with. I've learned so many lessons through this about what is possible, what is not possible, getting carried away with Pinterest and Instagram and translating them onto an actual house in reality. But I think what we've decided to go for in the end this time is a really nice compromise between something that's a lot more stylish and much more our style and a bit more personality and just a bit more kind of design to a house that was lacking pretty much any kind of style when we first moved in. I think it's a good compromise between that and something that we're really excited about and can't wait to live in, but that's also quite realistic. It's been a really good lesson for us in terms of learning like where we should compromise and where we shouldn't compromise, how we translate kind of internet ideas into reality, how we're making things fit within our budget. I think the simplified kind of journey that we've had was that we started with wanting a separate bath and a separate shower. That could not be done because we don't have the space and our budget didn't stretch to doing a full extension on this house. So that was the first idea that swiftly went out the window. Next up was the plan to convert it into a big kind of hotel style walk-in shower, which is still quite appealing, but something that kind of sleek and modern and unfamily-ish doesn't really suit this kind of house. And both of us do really like having a bath every so often as well, so we didn't really want to lose the tub. The third major phase which we went through was really wanting to swap around the layout of the toilet and the sink. But for future reference, anyone planning to design a bathroom, it turns out moving your toilet is like the biggest ask you can possibly ask anybody. It's just a bit of a no-go. I was told by like 5 or 6 different workmen. Once we realised that we couldn't move the toilet, we then thought, oh well, we'll change the position of the doorway so that the door doesn't open up onto the toilet and then the toilet's a bit more hidden away. But if we did that, we realised that that would massively affect us later down the line when we come to designing a new kitchen. It would take out quite a vital corner of the kitchen. So it's a lot more of a simplified plan than we originally thought we were going to go for. It's not the kind of huge dramatic renovation that I probably quite naively had in mind when we first started thinking about this, but we've come to a final kind of layout which we're really happy with. We've kind of made the best of what we have got available to us within our budget. So I'm going to take you down to the bathroom now. I will give you a quick little overview of the before, more for us than anything else really, so we can see the transformation at the end. And fingers crossed it's all gonna go according to plan. I mean, nothing at this house has gone according to plan so far, but hey, maybe the bathroom will be the first thing that does. I will just add a little disclaimer here and say though that we are prepared for things to maybe not end up exactly how we've got in mind because of the very old style of the house. Our fitters, like renovation team, have kind of warned us in advance that you don't really know what you're gonna get until you start digging it all up and pulling it all out. We don't really know like what's waiting underneath the floor, all that kind of stuff. So hey, that'll keep you watching what's under my bathroom floor. Keep watching to find out. Welcome to our before footage. This is what we're working with to start with. As you can see, I'm currently in the kitchen and this is the door to our bathroom. And I think we're all in agreement that this is the most before bathroom that is ever befored. We've currently got this curved towel rail, which is curved to fit around this box here. This is where all the pipes run up and down the wall. Because the house was built such a long time ago, the pipes were basically added on later. So while with more recent houses the pipes would be in the wall, bits like this are just where the pipe has been stuck in after the walls had already been built. So we have paid extra, it's like a thing that we're doing in this bathroom, to have these pipes pushed into the wall so that there's less of this like weird boxiness. So hopefully that will look a little bit sleeker. We've got a flat rail so it won't be quite so protruding, lovely word. We're swapping this style of sink for a lovely little unit with like a basin top sink. We've got a nice freestanding tap, and then this mirror, which is like flat against the wall, no extra storage, we have swapped out for a really cute little medicine cabinet, which is going to give us some lovely extra storage, which will be really handy. This is going to be swapped out for a freestanding tub, and we're hoping to move the shower over to this wall to be kind of up there overhead. As I said, nothing is really guaranteed with how this bathroom's going to turn out because we don't really know what's waiting for us on the other side. And then over on this side, this is pretty much the last detail. We've got this slightly unfortunate looking wooden unit. We're going to have a nice little alcove built in here which can put some nice bottles on. We've swapped this like big chunky style of toilet for something much sleeker that kind of floats in the wall. Loo roll holder. All the like trimmings and stuff have fallen off. It's just looking very, very sorry for itself. You can see all these just like what is even going on up there? I think it's just because it's such a steamy, hot little bathroom. We don't even have an extractor fan or anything, so that's going to be fitted up here. Hopefully soon to look a lot cuter than this. Goodbye bathroom, you've served us well. So hopefully when I see you tomorrow it'll be looking a little different in here. Probably like there's been a minor explosion. So say goodbye. We will see you tomorrow. Good evening guys. It has just gone 5 o'clock. Our fitters have left. They've finished day one. So welcome to the first instalment of this series of changing rooms with me, Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen. Just kidding, Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen would never be this badly dressed. I'm very excited to show you what has happened today because it's kind of unbelievable actually. We're pretty amazed by how much has happened for just one day. So prepare yourselves because rather than a bathroom, we now have an empty shell and a husk of what once was a bathroom. So I'm super excited to show you our super chic new bathroom suite. We've gone for this beautiful colour combination of a little bit of terracotta, we've got some mustard, lots of neutrals and creams. So thank you guys so much for watching our amazing bathroom transformation, and I will see you very soon. Pretty incredibly, it took about 4 hours for this whole bathroom to be ripped out. I think it pretty much crumbled at their touch. All of the tiles are gone. All of the flooring is gone. It's looking pretty dusty and grubby around here, so I'm rocking some very cool footwear right now. It's a total mishmash of all different old and pre-existing floorings that have been down. But this is kind of amazing actually. So you might remember that we had these quarry tiles all the way through the bathroom before, but we were really surprised to find out just how chunky they are. I don't know if you'll be able to see. I think they're gonna have to like level it out slightly to build up the floor a little bit because our whole flooring is basically wedged in with concrete and sand. Turns out that our old tiles were literally just tiled onto the top of these even older tiles. I just thought that was a really funny little twist, and it makes me really nosy. Like, I would love to know when the hell these were put up. Oh, and by the way, I think I'll probably get a couple of questions about this large protruding shape. The answer to that is, I don't really know what this is. We've had possible theories of it maybe being something to do with a chimney upstairs. It might be something to do with a staircase next door because we share a wall. We're not really sure what it is, but it's like solidly part of the wall, so we're just gonna leave it right there just in case. I mean, the basic overview is that everything is gone. We are an empty shell of a bathroom and it's actually looking slightly nicer than it was before we started, I think. I will just also mention as well, because I feel like people will be, this is the kind of thing that I would be wondering, like, how are you doing this? So obviously I mentioned this is the only bathroom that we have in this house, so if you're wondering how the toilet is gonna pan out here, good pun there, how the toilet's gonna pan out, we don't really know. We're just sort of playing it by ear, to be honest, so you'll be pleased to know that we have been left with the toilet for now. Our lovely fitters have said that they will try and never leave us without a toilet, at least kind of overnight. There might be times in the day where the toilet is a bit out of action, but it's gonna be worth it. We're super excited now that it's all been stripped out and stuff. I felt super duper nervous this morning. I was like questioning all my decisions. I actually had a nightmare about this bathroom the other day. That's how much I've been worrying about it. I felt really nervous this morning, but the guys are so lovely. They seem to like the design that we put together and stuff, and it's gonna be worth it. And they've done a really good job actually at keeping it tidy. Like, everything's basically stored in the old bathtub, and it's quite nice and tidy. The new bathtub is tucked under here. So yeah, this is the last will and testament of our old bathroom. And just kick off my stylish footwear so I can show you this as well. We have finally got everything that we needed for the bathroom too. We were still waiting for a few little fittings and fixtures and stuff, but they all came today, and the flooring also came today, which was the last thing on the list. This is our little flush plate. I think this is the main sink tap. Yeah, this is a bit of a beastie boy, this one. Little chunky boy tap to go on the sink unit. Got all sorts of things. All these things that you don't even think about having to buy. Like, this is the plug for the sink. Little sneak peek of the flooring. Hello. I can't even tell you how heavy these were. Adam had to carry them because I was a puny human being. And the essential for every living room, along with a fridge, one needs a toilet and a toilet seat. Just for anyone who was contemplating the fact that this might be a wonderfully fun idea, just to let you know, if you have one bathroom in your property and you're thinking about getting it renovated, I would suggest remaining severely dehydrated for 2 weeks prior, because you won't be able to go for a week. We have just clocked off for day 2 in the bathroom adventures of Lucy and Adam. Today was the first day that we had to experiment with the whole having a wash in the kitchen sink process. Yep, that was delicious. It's about as glamorous as you would imagine, and it's all happening in the kitchen, which just makes it even more special and magical, and you think, wow, I'm so glamorous, my body's so beautiful, look at this, I should be a contortionist. Luckily both of us are like seasoned festival goers. We were saying that it was really giving us strong Glastonbury flashbacks, so yeah, that wasn't too bad at all. Just a little bit of navigation and privacy required. My top bit of advice is don't forget to pull down the kitchen blind while you're doing it, because otherwise the neighbours will probably sue you for indecent exposure. The real challenge of today though was the fact that we didn't have access to a toilet from about 8:30 AM to maybe 4:45 PM. I'm not sure my bladder will ever recover, but hey, I guess my whole kind of pelvic floor strength and exercise has really been challenged. It wasn't actually as torturous as I'm describing it. We just made sure to keep really busy. I will admit that Adam did have to go for a garden wee halfway through the day, but in the process of today removing our old toilet, our fitters have very kindly brought in a temporary toilet, just like a super cheap budget toilet, which they can leave in overnight for us. It's really easy for them to take in and out. I think to the kind of untrained eye, this might not look too different to yesterday, so I'll keep this one snappy. But basically today involved a lot of
carving out the floor and carving out the wall in order to lay the new pipes, basically. So we've got all this. Ooh, so beautiful, so shiny. It is actually very neatly done. I'm very impressed. We've got some half shower controls happening here. Ooh, it's all very exciting. And behind all of this stuff, all this kind of new pipe work continues all around here. You might be able to see we're set up for the new sink just behind here. So like all this wall had to be carved out. It's all this kind of stuff. Like the fact that you have to chisel into a wall. I can't remember what they called it. I want to say maybe it's called chasing. That you just don't even realize is part of doing something like this. Like you just envision swapping out a bath, swapping out a toilet, swapping out a sink. Ta-da! It might not look very different to yesterday, but I would say today was actually a lot noisier and kind of felt a little bit more like a bit intense today, obviously because of the toilet restrictions. That felt a little bit intense. I guess because obviously knocking neat holes into walls and floors is no mean feat, so there's some pretty intense machinery going on. As this is a very old house, the walls and the floors are super duper thick. We were chatting to the fitters earlier and talking about how crazy, like, chunky the floors are, and they were kind of telling us like these old houses built 100 years ago or whatever, these kind of ex-council houses in London and stuff, they were built amazingly well. Like they're super duper sturdy and really, really well built, but it does mean that like digging into them and pulling them down a bit is bloody hard work. I think tomorrow the electrician is coming to sort out the electrics, and something's happening with the floor. Some kind of leveling. I don't know what that means. There's like a real kind of sense of excitement for us about this now, that it's all kind of kicked off and happening. We've got the ball rolling, and seeing all the kind of the very start of it all happening today is really cool. Wow, look how dusty it is everywhere right now. Look at my Birkenstocks. They look like they belong to a ghost. Hey guys, welcome back to another bathroom diary entry. In any other context, a very strange thing to create. I will let you know that today is actually day 4 instead of day 3, because yesterday I wasn't really able to film an update because we had a new floor laid and it was literally like molten concrete, and I was so terrified of falling into it, dropping the camera, accidentally letting the cat walk into it and having the cat set in cement all night. We decided to just keep the door closed yesterday and let it do its thing. But you didn't miss too much yesterday. It was basically all about building the frame for the toilet, building the little inlay that we're having in the frame of the toilet, and laying down the new floor. So because of the wet floor, and obviously didn't really want us going walking through that, last night was the only night for this whole thing that we were left without a toilet. So that wasn't a whole lot of fun. Did I wee in a plant pot yesterday? Who can say? Who can really say whether that happened or not? This is how we're looking at the end of day 4. Things are really coming along. Hopefully it'll look slightly different, but I'm going to point out all the things that have been done. So first things first, obviously the floor looks very different and a lot more solid and even and level. We've had the whole floor leveled out here. A big change that's happened today is that the pipes, which were previously sticking out of this wall and sitting in a big clunky old box, have now been pushed flat into the wall. It's a beautiful thing. These pipes have been sorted today. This is the heating pipes which link up to the heated towel rail which is going to go in, so that's all been sorted today, all the heating side of things. We've got this piping now laid ready for the bath, and then I guess most importantly, this is like the big change that's happened over the past couple of days. So we now have the toilet frame installed. This is going to be the flush box here, and then this is our little kind of inlay which hides the toilet frame so that we can have a nice floating toilet here, and then we've added in this little alcove which will be really nice. There's going to be 2 spotlights up here and a couple of other interesting things. We now have a hole for the extractor fan and a hole in the ceiling. I have no idea what that's for. And I also, while I'm filming this, I just want to give a little shout out to the fitters that we're using. We're using a company called Renovations, and if you are based in southwest London, I'm going to link them down below, and if you're thinking about getting any kind of renovation work done, I highly recommend them. They are such nice guys, they are so helpful, they're so great at explaining everything that's going on, and they're just doing the most amazing job. Not only are they kind of like doing all this and making it amazing and happen pretty quickly, but they're also just keeping it tidy, they're not too loud, like they're just wonderful, and I honestly can't recommend them enough. So I'm going to make sure to link their stuff in the description box down below. So yeah, this is how we're looking right now, and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow the plasterer is coming, and it's a bank holiday, so that's also a really nice thing that they're working on a bank holiday for us. The dust that is accumulating is unbelievable. I kind of thought that because our bathroom is quite tucked away, they don't need to be like walking through the house or whatever, they're just working through our back door and coming in and out of the garden. They literally have barely set foot through the rest of the house, but the dust is still just traveling everywhere. So if you are thinking about getting any kind of renovation done, don't underestimate how much everything is going to get covered in dust. Like, look at this. That's our kitchen hob. Feeling very glad and very grateful and very wise that we did the bathroom first and this isn't all happening to a shiny new kitchen.
Good afternoon, everybody. Let's have a little high five here, please. We've reached the last day of week 1 of our bathroom makeover. They didn't think it was possible. Here we are. Sorry if you can hear Adam chatting away on the PlayStation in the background, but aside from that, I should probably also just apologise for this hair. It's giving me real Gil from Gilmore Girls vibes. It's very big and very slightly crispy. I haven't been able to deep condition, okay? I can't wash my hair properly right now.
Actually quite good timing to turn the camera on as well, because I've just had a delivery of some little bottle pumps, because I'm going to make some nice bottles for our bathroom to like put shampoo and hand wash and stuff in so that they all match when it's done and dusted. So this is a slightly strange delivery, but a very on theme delivery. So end of week 1, we're still looking and sounding and feeling like a bit of an empty shell. It's a good representation actually for how we're all feeling after lockdown. If I was going to turn my personality into a room thanks to lockdown, this is pretty much exactly what it would look like. So thanks to the plasterer who's just left. Oh, hey Flo, you coming to investigate? There she is. Look, when I said I wanted to get plastered on the bank holiday, this isn't quite what I had in mind, but I'll take it because I have to tell you, this is the most satisfying thing to touch. This stuff takes days and days to dry off properly. As you can see, like certain bits are drying better than others, but it's a pretty cold weekend, so it's gonna take a few days, and the walls themselves are just very cold and very old. So it's gonna take a little while. And I think this might be the first time actually that I've been able to give you like a proper clear look at how it's all shaping up. Without any like construction stuff in the way. But this is going to be where the sink is, so exciting. This is the little bath spot here, and there will be a slightly sleeker toilet at some point that doesn't make you go, oh my god, every time you open the door. But we now have a beautifully smooth wall over here ready for painting. This is just going to be like a lovely fresh bright white, and then this wall over here as well is also going to be no tiles, so this one has also been plastered to perfection. It's actually really satisfying looking at this extremely smooth windowsill. And then these walls over here are the ones which are going to be tiled, so they don't have to be quite so super duper slick and smooth. They've basically just been patched up, ready for some like waterproof boards which are going on. I guess that's all I've got to show you really so far. So this week has just been like laying down all the prep work basically. I'm hoping it's been kind of interesting for you guys to see how it all unfolds, because it's been really interesting for us. We're super happy with how it's all shaping up so far. They're actually running a little bit ahead of schedule, and yeah, it's just been such an exciting experience to like come down at the end of every day and see what's changed and all the little details that have been done and stuff, and we're just kind of amazed by how it's all coming together. So it's been a messy week, it's been a noisy week, it's been a slightly awkward week. We've crossed boundaries that we never have in our relationship before, but it's been great, and we're just really looking forward to next week when all the kind of pretty stuff starts to happen. It's actually a bank holiday weekend as I'm filming this. In the UK, a Good Friday and then Easter Monday, a lot of people don't really tend to work, so they actually did us a great favour by getting the plastering done today, because that means we've got the whole long weekend then for the plaster to dry out properly. A brief overview for how the schedule is kind of looking for the rest of the bathroom. So Tuesday we've got those kind of waterproof boards going up. This shape here has got like a little bit of a slant to it, and because we're going for herringbone tiles, that's going to throw the pattern off a little bit, so they want to box off this shape just to help like the continuation of the pattern of the tiles. And then pretty much I think Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is probably all going to be tiling, and then all the bits and bobs can start coming in, which is really cool. Oh, I think Tuesday as well, they're also sanding the ceiling and doing something to the ceiling. Tune in next time to find out. So thank you guys so much for watching my first proper, like, does it count as renovation? I don't know if it does, that sounds like such a dramatic word to me, but it's definitely like a house makeover diary. It feels like the first big grown-up job that we've done, so I'm really glad that we've
done a proper little update vlog for it. It might not have been the most aesthetically pleasing vlog, but I hope it's been interesting because we've definitely learned loads along the way. We had no idea how much was involved. So maybe if you're thinking about doing a little bathroom makeover like this, or maybe you just love looking at other people's houses, I got you. So thank you guys so much for watching from me and my empty shell of a bathroom. It looks like I'm just down a well or something. Welcome to my lovely cozy home. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, if you're interested in all the home stuff, we do have a home Instagram account. It's just at Staying at Lucy's. And I will see you in about a week or so, I think. I'll just put the next one up as soon as I can, basically, with the finished result. I can't wait to show you. And I can't wait to have a shower. And I will see you very soon with another video. Bye. Mwah.